Yeah, this is one of those situations
Terrance,
where
Terrance, is it working? Is it working? Am I live? Terrance, are we live? No, I'm getting excited, Terrance.
well,
Terrance.
I see the live, but I don't know if that's
Let me
like
look.
what's happening. I mean, you would know before I would.
Terrance, we are live. Terrance, we did it! I don't know how. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. It worked.
What? Are you sure you didn't want to write it down? Because we might need that the next time.
What did I do? Muppets is here. Terrance. Donald Duck is here. No, you gotta watch Donald Duck. Donald Duck will say, like, remember how I get on you sometimes, Terrance, about saying bad stuff?
Oh, come on. You can't compare me to Donald Duck.
No. Donald Duck, that's what I said. Anything you say, Donald Duck is crazy.
Like, with me, it's just more of like, there's a bad word, but
Donald Duck, even your bad words, Terrance, even when you have some bad words to say, I still because sometimes YouTube will give you the little thing on the side. Should I hide it? Should I show it? And I'll hit show. Cause I was like, oh, you just said the F. Like, I don't care about a random F word, right?
Right. But it's always It
is.
Just something that's used during a conversation,
It's just you talking, right?
Yeah.
But Donald Duck, I had to really watch Donald Duck a lot. Look, I didn't even show some of his, but I'm gonna tell you, Donald, I'm proud because when you've been coming on lately, he's been behaving. He has been behaving. And Muppets.
Give me an example of something that he said that was just
dirty,
so bad,
like dirty sexual stuff.
Because I've said some stuff that's sexual and dirty, but
no, not like dirty sexual graphic stuff. He said.
Oh,
no,
okay.
He's been good. He's been good, but. And then look, today he's saying I look beautiful. So see how he looks? He's nice. Donald Duck has changed his ways. But Terrance, this is what I think I was going to tell you that we were missing from last time. When we streamed last time, Terrance, you know what we were missing?
What were we missing?
Terrance, you know what? Terrance!
Oh.
Go with me, Terrance! 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 Discussion time with Terrance! Where y'all at? You know I had to do that, Terrance. You know I had to do that. And I was like, we were missing that from the last time we live streamed. And I was like, oh no, I'm not forgetting it today. But y'all, we are back. We are back, me and Terrance. And I got my glasses on with you, Terrance. Look.
Yep.
Hey! But me and Terrance are back because last night, Gotham, Season 5, Episode 4, y'all. I'm going to tell you the truth. So I watched it today, and after I watched it, you know what I said to myself?
What'd you say?
I was like, I cannot wait to talk about this with Terrance! Because it was so good! Let's start off. Let's, should we start off from the beginning? Should we start off from the very beginning?
Yeah,
right?
I think the beginning is
they left off last time, it was like that climax, wasn't it? Like, it was the face-off with Barbara and Penguin, right? It was the face, and then Gordon and what's his friend's name?
Yeah.
What's his friend's name? Gordon and Harry. Is it Harry?
Harvey Bullock. Yeah.
Harvey. They're all there, right? So it was a standoff. So they came back this week. They're all there, and a huge explosion. Huge explosion. You were like, where did that come from? But that explosion brought people together, did it not? Look, Barbara was over there, right? Yeah.
I was thinking about was when I saw the explosion, I was trying to figure out who did it and why.
We all were.
If it were an inside job or somebody on the outside.
What was your first? So when you saw that explosion, what was your first thought? Who did you think was behind it?
When the explosion happened, I made it very clear to myself that I wasn't going to jump to
Oh, so
anyone
you wasn't
specific as much as I wanted
you kept
to.
a
I
clear
kind of
head. You kept a clear
like I wanted to let it play out a little bit before
head.
I started going to a specific person. Because if I were to jump the gun, since
Mm-hmm.
my mind has already been made up, I would miss details,
True. So you were just
and I
all
wouldn't
right.
the details.
You were observing. I didn't. You know what? At first, I didn't jump the gun thinking anything either. But as the show progressed, I started I was like, I bet you it's him. And I was right. We won't get to it yet,
Yeah,
but I was right.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah. I at one point, I was like, okay, maybe it's the other side of Ed that's been doing that he doesn't know about. And I'm like, it could be someone else, it could be him. And then I was kind of waiting for a little bit more. So when they revealed that it was him,
it was that.
Well,
look, we're jumping to the head. We're jumping ahead, telling. But I'm gonna tell you that explosion brought people together. Cause Barbara and Penguin was they was about to kill each other, and then she was just they were it brought them together. We got to find this guy, cause we'll go on killing each other, but this guy right here we're gonna band together and get that guy.
See, not so much Barbara though. Barbara was not really to me together in the plan. It was more so just Jim Gordon and Penguin, because Jim Gordon and Penguin, they have a history of being partners at various points, as to where Barbara was just more of the love interest, and then she started getting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs as the show progressed. And then she started, struggling to get some little smidget form of power.
Yeah.
And I just never took her seriously. I'm like, she seems to be the kind of person where you can beat her. As soon as she goes to get something to drink, she lets her guard down way too much, and she's
she's not
her emotions.
Oh, she's not a good villain. As far as she's terrible. She latches on to the better ones. She likes to latch on because she's not a good one.
That's exactly what I was mentioning before, is that she, along with a few other characters, that she will latch on to those in power.
Yeah.
And then that's how she gets her own little slice of the pie, only because she was with certain individuals. She didn't just do it on her own. She's not like a Penguin or a Riddler or a Falcone or anybody where they have strived really hard to get to their position. I'm gonna she's more of a result of kind of character.
I'm gonna tell you what I really don't like about her. Her haircut. Why don't she was that haircut before, she was so cute. And I'm like, you dyed your hair. You got this, it's not cute, Terrance. It's not as cute as she was.
Her hair, I thought about her hair for a second. I was like, it doesn't bother me. That's fine. Cause I'm more focused on her character, and her character to me, while interesting, I'm like, if anything happens to you, I'm not going to care because I don't really. But
maybe I would care. Maybe I would care a little bit more if you had that other hairdo and didn't look as crazy. Maybe.
Not even because of the hair, but it's just because, for me, just knowing her journey, I'm like, I don't care about you.
Even before, so you're saying even in the comics, she is just
leader of the assassins. The League of Assassins is. I'm like, that's bull. That is such bull. I'm like, that is just me understanding the lore of the League of Assassins, which is a very great lore. If Warner Brothers wanted to do one movie on the League of Shadows or League of Assassins, as they're, both called, then it would be interesting. Just a movie centered around assassins and ninjas. You would get a really wholesome, badass movie. You would be able to say, this is a movie of complete badasses. Every character would just be someone that you don't want to mess with, that you would hope would show you some form of mercy if you ever had to, go toe to toe with that person. But Barbara doesn't match that at all. I'm like, what gives you the right to be the leader? Can somebody kill her real quick, please?
But she's she's hanging in there. I think just because nobody cares about killing her, right? That whatever, Barbara. Whatever, just Barbara.
You're right, Amanda. She is hanging in there. Yeah. So she's not I'm not saying she's a chump or anything. Yeah. But it's when you compare her to everybody else, she becomes a joke in comparison.
She does.
Because what you want to do always compare to other characters.
One thing she does, though, is she aligns herself with the right people at the right time. That's like her thing, right? That's her thing.
Which is 100% well said, but that's why, she's considered smart. Because smart people will align themselves with the right people. Yeah. Like, even in real life, if you want to be someone that makes it to something special in life, you would have to surround yourself with the right individuals because they have the experience to get you there. So Barbara being around all these different people, she's picked up a thing or two, but that don't mean that she on a level. She just is more so above the average person. But see, we don't have to focus on that because that's a quick conversation. Like how I was just saying, you want to compare her to everybody else that is somewhere in that general vicinity. Like, how does she rank next to these people? Well, she ranks low as hell, in my opinion.
Forgettable. Like, if she disappeared tomorrow, like if tomorrow Penguin dies, you're going to mourn that. You're going to mourn that big time. It's going to change. It's going to change the show. Barbara dies, you're just like, bye, Barbara. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Barbara who?
Like, if Barbara gets her shit wrecked, man, and then it's like, you're like, oh, well, that happened. And then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then depending on how she died, did she die? Did someone kill her? Did she do something courageous before she went out? There's a possibility that her death might be more meaningful than her entire character, which means she has to be written a certain way. But if that doesn't happen, if like, say Penguin's like, I am tired of you, bang. And I'm like, good. I don't care about it.
I'm Penguin,
threatening Oswald. I'm like, who are you? Like,
speaking of Penguin, so that the Big Bang thing had, like, the building blew up and stuff. I was like, Penguin's going crazy. Why do you think he, like, went for, what's his name? The ball guy, Zeit, what is it? Zeiss? What is it? How do you say it? Zaz?
Victor Zaz.
Zaz. Why did he go for Zaz? Did I miss that? Why did he want to go right after Zaz?
In the earlier seasons of Gotham, like, Victor Zaz was synonymous with Don Falcone.
Well, yeah.
Like,
that was his boss. Look.
He was a big follower of Carmine Falcone, and at the time, Penguin was the umbrella boy for Fish Mooney. So, Penguin was still, learning the ropes from the best of the best. And he was always looked down upon by Victor Zaz, and he was attacked by Victor Zaz on multiple occasions.
Who's calling me? My husband. Look. Greg! Are you not watching my live? I'm live streaming, and you calling me. Everybody's listening to me talking to you.
Yeah, but, hello, Greg.
Bye. Bye. He should know. He should be watching, not trying to call me, right?
Right.
So I remember that, because I just watched the earlier seasons not long ago. So yeah, Zaz was, and he was like, everybody was crazy scared of him. Like, they're like, I'm sending in Victor Zaz, and everybody's like, hide your babies, hide your mamas, right?
Well, when it comes to hired guns, he's the best of those kinds of people.
Yeah.
Which is why he was always with Don Falcone, who had the most power and the most influence in Gotham, and had been for multiple decades, even when Bruce Wayne was just a little kid.
Oh, I know.
So Penguin sees that Victor Zaz is in a disposition, and he's like, well, I can just exact my revenge. And since he's killed a lot of people, and he's a terrible person, no one's going to miss him.
Like, they was going to do it in like a fashion. They got the guillotine out. I was like, well, they can't just go and shoot him or something. They was going to make this a show. They got the guillotine. They had them all with the tape. And then Penguin was ruthless. What did he say? He was like, you have anything to say? And he was like, I was like, Penguin, no! Stop it, Penguin! Why are you doing me this?
I felt a little bad for Victor Zaz, but at the same time, I'm like, he does deserve to die.
Oh yeah, he deserves to die. And when he dies, I'll be like, good. I mean, I'll miss him, but But you had it coming.
I'd have been a little irritated, like, man, they killed Zaz, because he's one of those characters in the comics where he wasn't that interesting in the comics, but in the show, they made him extremely cool. Like, Victor Zaz is an example of a character that is elevated from, the comics to a platform, in this case being television, live action. So they really did his character really well. Like, here, you remember this dude? Yeah, look at what we're going to do with him. So that's a change that I welcome, because they just made him better.
Yeah. I mean, I like him as a character and stuff. But then Jim Gordon saves the day. Saves him. But he wasn't going to play. I was like, Jim Gordon, you ain't playing, because Zaz wants to start talking some stuff, right? Zaz wanted to start talking some stuff, and Jim Gordon was like, oh, you want to go toe to toe right now, right? So that
was very stupid. Victor Zaz, there was a little intimidation factor.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, if he would have given him that gun, then Victor Zaz is a better shot than Gordon.
But still, it made me think, though, you know what it did to me? Like, I didn't think about that part. I was like, they making Zaz look a little like a puss, right? I'm like,
I didn't even think that, only because of the way that he was behaving. Like, when someone is in a situation,
I guess he was just about to be guillotined, right?
Or anything. Like, I never saw one time that he was afraid. With the exception of, like, when Gordon was like, okay, take the gun. But then it seemed like he was a little concerned. Like, okay, maybe, because look, you have to remember, in that situation, you have Gordon and Harvey Bullock. If he would have did something to Gordon, then Harvey Bullock would have did something. So you have two.
He would have had Harvey's gun. He would have killed them both.
No, but
I think he looked like he pushed a little out. He looked like he put.
Like, Harvey might have had another gun, though. He always carries multiple guns.
I don't know.
And maybe he also had a knife. So, like, when you do something to someone, like, Harvey could have just came real quick and stabbed him in his neck. And then there's no guarantee that Victor Zaz would have killed Gordon in one shot either. So that's only under perfect circumstances that Victor Zaz would have been able to kill both of them without him getting injured at all.
On the flip side, though, so we're saying he could have, like, put our concern, or he maybe could just like Gordon, right? Like, I feel like they have a history. He does. That's what I said. They have history.
Right. So it was a combination of, a little fear, a little uncertainty, and respect all mixed into one. And that could be clearly viewed based on how Victor Zaz handled the situation. Like, you don't want to see him, like, begging for his life or none of that kind of stuff.
This is my question. And you know what? It just hit me, the question. So, it wasn't Zaz, like, right? They were like, pretty much, I mean, from the get-go, I was like, Zaz didn't do that. He didn't do that, right? I was like, he didn't do that. So then I
thought that. You honestly believe that? Because for me, like, he was on the suspect list for me.
You thought, really?
Yes.
Oh, I was like, no, I thought that was just a witch hunt. I was like, that's just a witch hunt. He didn't do it.
Like, I thought he was a suspect because, number one, he's blown things up before with rocket launchers and RPGs.
But he always has a motivation. And I was like,
right. But how do we know? Like, my thing was that I didn't know if he had a motivation to do it or not, because we hadn't seen his character. Like, for all we know, he could have been like, you know what? I'm bored. I just want to make people suffer. Because, I mean, it's in his nature. So I was I don't know if it's him, but he was just on the suspect list. That's all I'm saying. Like, I didn't count anyone out. I'm like, that could have easily been him. It could have been the dude that didn't get enough rations, like he wanted a brownie and he didn't get it.
Well, as big as like of a scene it was, I was like, this is leading to something. That's why I said it's not just going to be like a random thing. I was like, and with Zaz, it would be like a random thing. That's when I started suspecting Nigma, because I was like, this has to lead to something. And then they had this whole other subplot thing that he's forgetting and waking up and not knowing where he's at and codes on his hands. And then the next scene, right after the Zaz thing, they show Nigma up in that building with the other guy, right? What's his name? I forgot his name.
Lucius Fox.
And that's exactly when I was like, bam, it's him. But I was like, why did that Lucius even bring him there? Doesn't everybody know he's kind of like crazy?
It doesn't matter though. In when you're in a situation and you need someone's area of expertise, like all that other stuff has to go out of the window because you have to solve like an objective. And he knew, like, in terms of everyone in Gotham, like the smartest one there right now and that has ever been there is Edward Nygma. Like no one's smarter than him.
You're right. Oh yeah.
Villains,
and like, with the riddles, like we have to figure out who did this. We got to bring in him. I get it now.
So Lucius Fox, he knew that, but he went in there with multiple plans just in case if Edward were to try something stupid. Yeah. You know, so Lucius Fox is also one of the most intelligent people in Gotham, which is why you had that conversation, like, and then Edward's like, yeah, you're the second smartest guy in Gotham, and I'm the first.
But I'm telling you, it was that scene when I started suspecting him. I was like, it was him.
With me, it was more or less that too. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to think about when you say stuff like, okay, this appears to be random with Victor's ads, but with any circumstances, if you just get them like flat out, like more often than not, they will seem random until you get further information. Yeah. Like like in real life, when there are situations of any kind of murder, like when you just hear the details, it seems random. Like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And then they give you information like, oh, and then it's not so random anymore. Yeah. So that's why, I was just kind of calculating everything.
It's true. But then when he looked across the street and spotted that old lady in the wheelchair, I was like, oh, it's about to go down. I knew it then too. I was like, oh Lord, something crazy gonna happen.
That was right, Amanda? That was a huge Easter egg. Do you know why?
Why?
Okay, hold
on. Easter egg! Terrance's Easter egg! Y'all get ready for this. All right, tell me.
When he tossed that old lady out the window while she was in her chair, that is a direct scene from Batman Forever with Jim Carrey, Val Kilmer, Tommy Lee Jones. Like when Jim Carrey is the Riddler, there's a scene where he ties his boss up when he, figures out his extracurricular activities. Tosses his boss out the window while he's in a chair.
That's right. I remember. It didn't even see. I'm so bad at this Easter egg and stuff. People will watch a movie and they'll be like, I'm going to write a whole post or do a whole video on all the Easter eggs. I miss everything, Terrance. I miss everything.
It's okay. Like, no one's perfect, but I'm just saying that I caught that immediately. I'm like, that is so cool that they did that.
That's good. No, I see it now. Like, once you say it, like, it hits me now, Yeah. Like, but I even catch on to that. Because,
I miss some stuff sometimes too, because it's really all about what stuff clicks right away, what you know, what you remember, and then sometimes it takes someone to show you to go, oh, that's right. But that's one of the ones for me where it just click right away.
Why did that lady deserve to be thrown out the window? She just went, because she recognized him, right? That's why, because she recognized him.
She's a loose end. Like, see, because she's alive, what if Gordon was like one day is on?
Oh, I know why he threw her. Oh, I know why he killed her. But I was like, when she first did it, it still didn't hit me. Like, why is she hitting him in the head? But it's because she recognized him from being the bazooka guy.
And she's trying to get him to remember.
I thought she was just trying to kill him because she knows he's the crazy bazooka guy. That's what I thought.
I knew by the amount of force and stuff that she was just trying to get him to remember, like, there's something wrong with you.
Oh, no, are you sure? I think she was just trying to kill him. And she ain't strong. And she ain't strong. She's an old lady in a wheelchair.
No, but if you look at her face, though, like, she didn't look like she was intending to kill him because she was so kind. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. Like, her facial expression didn't say to me, she's trying to kill him, but she's not strong enough. It just seemed like after he said that, she was like, boom, you don't remember?
That's true, I guess.
Because
that was like a funny scene. He was like, boom! She was like, boom! And he was like,
when you're trying to get someone to remember or snap out of something, you will often smack or hit them, and it will
I never did this.
I mean, they don't normally pick up an object, but
Terrance, you hit somebody trying to get somebody to remember something?
No, well, I mean, like, in real life, you're not going to use a method like that. Mostly, if anything, you'll, like, smack them in the face, but...
No, I wouldn't! I've never smacked nobody in the face to try to get them to remember something.
Fair enough. I'm not saying everyone does that, but that is something
they try to do that to me.
There's something about,
I'll start doing my karates.
But there's something about pain that will snap somebody's
mind. I know,
and
it's like it's a show, so I know. I get it. But that's what I said when I was like, I knew it. I knew it was him. I knew it.
And another thing, Amanda, to solidify what I'm saying is that, like, notice how after when he started to remember, notice how she didn't try to do anything else to him. She started smiling, and there just was a regular conversation. And she was very scared and surprised that he was about to throw her out the window. So that's another thing to let you know that she wasn't.
He just blew up a building with a bazooka. What does she expect?
Fair enough, but at the same time, there was an established conversation because, obviously he went there to talk to her or something because she was way too calm when he came in.
This is what I'm thinking. Do you think this is going to be the hit on the nail in the board or the hit on, is this going to be the moment where it all comes together for him? Like right now he is Riddler. He is Riddler now. Do you think this is the moment?
Well, in the episode that just passed, his memories came back to him then, but we don't really know if they're back permanently or it was just that temporary moment again, and then it's going to take a couple times before it just. So you
think this isn't the moment where he's still going to be having like some memory loss, you think? And
at this point, honestly, I'm not sure. It could be either way, but I feel like when it does stick, we will know because all this, waking up and missing stuff, that won't happen anymore.
Yeah.
That will.
Oh yeah. I know. We'll know when it does. I'm just wondering, like next time we see him, I was wondering if this is going to be it. He's Riddler now.
Right.
And then as we was watching this whole show, because that's all what was happening. Then at that point, I was just thinking, I was like, man, I want to see are they not going to show Catwoman and some Joker and that whole thing that we saw last week? And then they gave us, I wanted to see more. But they gave us some Catwoman because she was there, saw the Joker and some Harley Quinn interaction, which I was like,
You know what's funny about that? Because according to the show, her name is Echo. She's actually not called Harley Quinn, but we know that she is, right? So it's just more, and we know that Jeremiah is a certain interpretation of the Joker, even though he's not called the Joker. It's more semantics, because when it comes to, with Warner Brothers, they do own all the DC stuff, but if they have plans on using certain characters, then what you will have is they'll either have a different interpretation where they will call the character by the character's name, or you'll see a character that looks and reminds you of another one, but they won't necessarily say the name, but you know full damn well that that's who that is. Just like with Jerome, before Jeremiah, I'm like, that's the Joker. But the producers are like, no, that's not really the actual Joker.
Because we got to pay. If that was the Joker, we had to pay a lot of money. That ain't no Joker. Right. That's Jeremiah, and that's Jerome. I get it.
Right, but it's just one of those things. They were, doing teases as they call them. They're because he was so good, and then they're like, oh, we see why you guys think he is, but no, there'll be something later. And then Jeremiah comes, but they're not calling him Joker. They're like, oh, I guess you're just going to have to wait and see. I'm like, enough of all these damn games. Both of them with a Joker. Damn it.
Enough of that. And I know Doughboy just said it. Enough with killing him. I was like, all right, here comes Catwoman going to stab him. I'm like, he ain't dead. How many times are we going to be killing what we think is Joker? His ass is not dead.
Before I get to that part, I want to say this before the stabbing, because the scene where where Echo comes in, who again, that's damn well that's
yeah.
But anyway, she comes in, Harley comes in, and she's like, yeah, I found some more followers, and then he just grabs her by the neck, I'm like, cool, that's exactly what would happen. Like, there are so many times, whether it be the animation or the comics, like she'll come in and like Joker will just abuse the crap out of her, and then he'll casually dance with her, or he'll have like a dinner table ready, and it's like that's just what the Joker does. So I like that he did that, and then he turned it into a dance, and then she was like, oh yeah, I saw that bitch Selena, I'll be sure to kill her.
I will.
If you come around. And
I thought that was cool. Was it this episode when she dropped her daddy's, what did she say about daddies?
When she was walking out, she was like, yep, let's do what my daddy did when I was in the 6th grade.
Yeah, move out. I know! That's my love! I was loving, I think I yelled out loud when she said that part, Terrance. I was like, oh yeah!
Yeah, I'm like, that's cool because, again, that's that other side of her. She's either, because remember how I was saying with Suicide Squad, you had the craziness and the funniness. Mm-hmm. There was the sexual nature.
Yeah. And too much of that. Too much of that.
Yeah, like they hadn't shown that before, but
yeah.
And then
I like this side.
Yeah, it's like this one. It's like it's different, but it's really supposed to be all those things together. They're not supposed to be just too much of one or the other, but it just depends on the interpretation.
And it is, and it's weird how.
But no matter what Harley Quinn it is, she is always supposed to be sexy. Like no matter which one.
She was even in there, like and she is without even trying, like this her look and everything, But one thing is, so we're going back to the Joker, that since we had Jeremiah and Jerome, like with the mix of them. We've seen like every single side of the Joker or every interpretation, it seems like, right? Because like with Jeremiah now, I think you have the more serious Joker who's crazy, but not like, but still
not
like real.
Every side. Like, Jeremiah's Joker is more of he's closer to like a Heath Ledger kind of Joker. Like, Jerome's Joker.
Was like, and Jerome's
like, he was more of a mix between Cesar Romero from the Adam West Batman series, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, and that's the Joker I love.
Has his own too.
That's the Joker I love. So that's why if I'm gonna go, I like I'm like, oh, Jeremiah Joker, but right now I'm still craving some Jerome Joker. I'm like, I wanted more of that. I wanted more just like crazy and loud and that Joker.
This side of there are many, 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 many different interpretations of the Joker in the comics.
I'm just saying that's my favorite.
Countless dozens.
That's my favorite. And when, like, I see Jerome, or I see Jeremiah now, and I'm like, oh, all right, I still like him. He's the Joker. But I since Jerome is my, that interpretation of Joker is my favorite, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm just like, I wish they bring that. Look, they want to kill them all, bring them back from the dead. Why don't they bring back Jerome this time?
Right. Like, well, the fact that Jeremiah got stabbed, I'm like, well, I'm not worried about him. He'll be fine. Like, Selena, doing that to him, like, okay, well, that happened, that's fine, but I'm like, I wasn't worried about him. I'm like, he'll be back. If he's actually, like, dead, then Harley is gonna bring him back somehow. Like, it's gonna be an experiment or some gas or something.
Oh, I know.
Or if he's just in a coma, then he's gonna wake up. He's gonna wake up.
Oh, that's why I said I was not even one time worried. Because, and how many times is this killing him? From this, like, over the 5 seasons, like the 4th?
Yeah, they like killing.
Is this like
Jerome
the 4th time?
Like,
well, I don't know. I just saying I would like them to bring Jerome back next time. I don't know. But was that how it ended? Was that the ending?
Yeah. Kind
so it ended on that, and then she totally stabbed him. Yeah, that was the ending. Because now, like, Doughboy was like, next week, Bane. They're gonna show Bane, he said, right? I didn't look at any scenes for next week.
I saw the scenes, like, I didn't see Bane in them, in the scenes that I saw.
Oh, I didn't even look at the scenes, but he said, Doughboy was saying next week, Maybe he just saw, like, looking at names of episodes that had, like, Googling it. Maybe he saw Bane's coming up.
Right.
Which, that'll be neat.
Yeah, I didn't see Bane in the preview, so if he is in the episode, they didn't show him in the preview.
Okay,
like for
in the scenes for the next one. That's gonna be neat, huh? That's gonna be neat. I know you excited, Terrance, for some Bane.
Oh yeah, Bane is cool. So whenever he's the one that broke the Batman. He broke his back. So.
And then when do you think they're gonna do this 10-year jump?
It'll be like probably the last 2 episodes,
what?
Like near the very end.
I want more. I want more than that.
Right, but the show is ending though, unfortunately. So that know.
Can't they bring something about like Gotham 10 years? Well, can we have a sequel? Any kind of? No, it's just going to end.
They don't normally do that.
I'm gonna be sad. Like I feel like I just got into Gotham and now it's ending. Terrance, I'm gonna cry. Terrance, console me! Console me, Terrance! Make me feel better. Tell me something else that's good coming up.
Yeah. But no, like, it once it's over, then that's gonna be it. And then we'll just have to take it as we got it, unfortunately.
I know. Yeah. If this is I'm just so glad I got into this. I'm glad you. Who else taught? It was a few people that was just like, no, Gotham. And I was like, all right. And I started watching, the first episode, I was like, I'm done. I'm in it.
What you can do, that I feel like a lot of individuals should do is thank Warner Brothers for being willing to take all the risks that they've taken. Because, as much as I love Marvel, like, you have to essentially deal with something for a period of years, right? Like, fortunately for me, I love Iron Man, like, played by Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
But what if somebody doesn't like that? You have to deal with that. But with Warner Brothers, you can get multiple interpretations of different characters, and you don't necessarily have to deal with just one of something if you don't like it. There's always something you can do. If you're not happy with the movies, you got a show you can watch,
Terrance,
there's a live
shout out.
Show,
He's saying shout out to Warner Brothers. And I, when it comes to shows, like the comic book shows, Warner Brothers got it on lock. They do. When it comes to the TV series and the shows,
and the animated stuff.
Well, I'm not too much in the animated stuff.
No, I know you're not, but this is coming from someone.
I'm not, but I'll totally believe you. Like, if you say that, then I was like, okay, and that's true, because you know what? Like, what animated stuff really, as far as animated series, does Marvel have? Not that many.
They have two. The animated series of Spider-Man in the 90s and the animated series of X-Men in the 90s are gold.
Okay.
And then let's see, you have Avengers, Earth's Mightiest
Heroes. But if you're including movies animation though, this new Spider-Verse, that could take it.
But that's just okay. Here's the thing,
but I know we're saying too, like, we're talking about TV series, animes, like, from everything. I get it. Right. But I'm just saying, Marvel did come with something.
It's a great film, right?
Great.
But Marvel doesn't have a lot of great animated movies.
Yeah, no.
In comparison to DC, no, there's no comparison.
No, I know, I agree. And my husband, he watches a lot of that. See, that's why I said I'm not into it. My husband, though, he will watch a lot of the animated comic book, like, movies, and I don't know if he's watched so much of the shows, but, like, movies, I know he's, like, really into. And most of them that he has watched are DC.
And the animated movie is still a movie, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's still a movie.
But I'm saying, but he's watched probably more DC. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if I can think of things he like, I can't say, like, oh, he loves the Marvel anime movie, this or that. No, it's DC ones.
There's a couple. There's a couple, but usually when it comes, they suck at animation most of the time.
I agree. Like, for that, but for TV shows, like.
And TV shows are harder to do because you're talking about you're doing a season Like for DC, like the majority of their shows, they're all 22 episodes a season.
Oh my gosh, I know. And not even playing around. It ain't even half-hour episode shows. This is an hour long too. When I felt it.
Without commercials, they're like 42 to 45 minutes.
Oh,
apiece.
I know.
So that's really
episodes.
hard to do, to crank that out on a regular basis. And DC with Warner Brothers, they have over 9 different DC TV shows of live action. That's a lot. And you know
what else I like though, Terrance, about it too, and especially about Gotham, is like I'm sad that it's ending, but they really know when to end it. Because like I'm gonna tell you my least favorite season was season 4, and it was starting to be like, and I think they're like, we're not gonna even drag out. We're like, all right, yeah. They know when to end it. And they came back with season 5 and they're like, we know how to end it. We know how to end it. We're going to end it good. Y'all going to be.
If it didn't get canceled, then they would have continued to go. Right? Like, because when it comes to Batman, his training alone requires at least 5 seasons.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest. Like, that's actually
you're
what
saying
they should have did for Iron Fist, the season 1 that they ruined.
So you're saying though, you think really like it wasn't planned like this? Oh, I see. I didn't know that. Like it wasn't planned. They were going to keep going.
Canceled. No, see, no. Gotham got canceled.
Oh, look at I was like, never mind my props to y'all. I was like, y'all know when to end it.
No, see, like when you get the word that something is canceled, if you're
I know, but I didn't know it was canceled. I thought they were just ending it. I didn't know it was like, but I can tell now why it's canceled, because that season 4 wasn't that good.
No, that's not why. Like Gotham has struggled since the beginning. That's the real truth.
Oh, but there's enough. I don't know. Like even, but if you're going to talk here, there's enough of a fan base, I think, that they could have kept going.
Well, here's the thing though. It's not.
But they were losing people because
the fan base for Gotham is not that big, Amanda. It is not.
Okay, so then you got the Gotham fan base, but then season 4 wasn't that good, so you lost people.
Like something like that is only opinionated though. Like, because you have to look at the.
Well, it's not just opinionated. It's also they're looking at the ratings, and how many people are watching and stuff. And they were losing people.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The ratings. See, the ratings for them, but they've never been high though.
They haven't been high, but they high enough to keep going. This last season was so bad that they lost people. I'm believing
there's a difference between you making it and then your stuff being high. Gotham has never had high ratings.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying.
They've only been able to skate by. This is
what
season
I'm saying.
1.
All right, I get it. But they skated by enough. They had a high enough, because they ain't gonna, if it's never high and down here, they ain't gonna keep it going for at least 4 seasons.
No, but if you have something that's passable, you can keep going. But if your stuff is high.
All right, so Terrance, all right. So you're exactly saying what I'm saying. It was passable. Season 1 passable. Season 2 passable. Season 3 passable. Season 4 sucked! And it wasn't passable because it was like this. It was like this. And season 4 sucks. And people were like, I'm done with you, Gotham.
I don't agree with that assessment.
I'm done with you, Gotham. Season 1, season 2, season 3.
But you already know I don't agree with that. You already know I don't agree with that assessment.
But look, that's the truth though, because there ain't gonna be no other way that they cancel that show. Just because you think it was like this.
The show itself has struggled since episode 1. The ratings have been dropping since season 1. It hasn't gone up.
And season 4 sucked so bad.
How anyone.
I don't think
it's about how anyone feels.
I don't think this is
relevant. It's about how the show has been doing.
I don't think it's any coincidence that it's just a coincidence that season 4 sucks and that's the season that ended it. That ain't a coincidence.
Look, Fox was trying to cancel the show after season 1.
Okay, so why didn't it? Why did it go 3 more seasons?
Warner Brothers was pushing for the show to stay on longer. It is the same thing with Agents of Shield. Agents of Shield has been struggling. Agents of Shield has been struggling since the beginning.
Okay, and how many seasons is going on?
But like Marvel, like because of Disney, they have money and power, so they're the ones that kept pushing for Agents of Shield to go on. That is another example of a show that has struggled in the ratings department since the very beginning. And it's never been about...
And when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. then has a sucky season, ABC's gonna give up! Just like Gotham did!
That's not true though, because according to most humans, they hate all the seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They consider that show to be boring.
I didn't even look. I couldn't even get like 2 episodes in that season 1. So
see my point though. It's all about.
But that ain't my point, because enough people likes it that it's up here. But wait till they come out with a sucky season like Gotham season 4.
But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in Gotham has never been up here.
All right, but I'm just saying it's right here. Even if it sucks, even if it's season 1 low ratings. Season 2, low ratings. Season 3, low ratings. Season 4 of Gotham, really low ratings, because it sucked!
But the way that you did that, you made it sound like there was an immediate decline, but there was a consistent decline.
Okay, it was consistent.
Episode 1. So
that's always going to happen, though, because you're never going to be like the first season's going to be hype. It's going to be all hype, right?
Example of how that's not true. Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is the #1 TV show, period. Out of all the TV shows,
it sucked the last like 3 seasons.
Now, with The Walking Dead, because there are over 14 million humans that watch it, even when there's a decline, the decline itself is not recognized.
But you know why? No, but because this is why. I'm gonna tell you what. Look, science right here, Terrance. We're sciencing it, because Walking Dead, you admitted yourself, Gotham's ratings are like here. It never got higher. Walking Dead's was like up here.
That gap is not big enough.
Well, look, I'm trying to just fit in the screen. You know what I'm saying?
Not big enough.
So that's why you said your point right here. Walking Dead has been sucky 3 seasons. So it's been like losing people, but it still hasn't hit yet where it lost enough for them to be like...
Hold on. I didn't say Walking Dead was ever bad.
Oh, it's bad now. It's bad now. Oh, I think it is. The last few seasons sucked.
Like, I don't think Walking Dead is bad. Like, here's the thing.
I think it sucks. And this year, and it's really going to decline because has Rick left? Did Rick leave?
Well, here's the thing, though, Amanda. When someone, when you talk to me about anything, there's no taste or bias into the equation.
But
when a person doesn't like something,
no bias. But what I'm talking about, what I'm using,
disregard all the good qualities that something has.
All right, you like certain things about it, yes. But what I'm saying overall, the fan base, the popular opinion of the fan base that I agree with is that it's sucking. Yes,
what popular opinion though? But see, that's not a popular opinion. That's a small group. You can't compare.
That's a popular opinion. It's the fan base. It's the people up here. So you still, all right, this is what I'm going to say.
Compare a couple people to over 14 million. You can't do that. That's not a popular opinion. Because if it were a popular opinion, then the ratings for the show would be under 5 million, like how it is with Gotham. Then you can do that. You have to look at what the majority are doing, not only a few people, and say
it's going to be there. Those ratings are going to be there, watch. Soon. I'm saying they're sucking. It's going like this. They're losing people. They're losing fans.
Okay, but soon is not right now, though. I'm talking about right now.
Well, right now. But look, I'm talking about that. Look, did even that Rick leave?
Rick left. And
then it's over. It's over.
But look, since Rick has been gone, like I've been watching since episode 1, right? Like since Rick has been gone, the ratings have not changed. They're still the same.
We'll see.
They haven't changed.
Give it one more season. I give it one more season. Bet, Terrance.
No, but let me say this though. Like you're focusing on the future. I'm focusing on now because I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Because I observe what's happening now. I'm observing what's happening now and I'm predicting.
But it's still the same right now. See, like
yes,
I'm not saying that you're right or wrong on that because you might be right. But for the time being,
it's still the ratings
system has not changed.
They haven't changed because all they have left is their hardcore fan base. But they're going to be even losing them when Rick leaves.
Is if the hardcore fan base is still enough to keep a television show at number one, then that's your majority.
But this is okay. Yes, but Terrance, this is exactly what I'm saying. Say their hardcore fan base is down here with Gotham, right? Say it's right here.
No. You can never compare it to Gotham.
I'm just saying. I'm using this. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying let's say it. We're doing hypothetical, all right? We're doing hypothetical.
But how can we when there's those facts? Though?
Right here. Hypothetical. Say, it could even be up here. Anyway, say it was here. So, I was never a big fan of Walking Dead comics. I never was. I liked the TV show. I tried reading some of the comics. I was like, I don't like the comics.
I'm only talking about the show.
But I think a lot of their hardcore fan base is made up of a lot of the comic lovers.
That's not true.
I think it is.
Let me tell you this.
I'm not saying all. I did not say all. I said majority.
No, but that's false though. Let me tell you why. I'll give you an example.
What time
when
is
someone
it?
Says
I got 2 minutes.
When someone says that the majority of the audience is a fan, that's completely false because the fan base is a small percentage compared to the average person. Like when Kevin Feige or James Wan or anyone else makes something that has a fan base, if you only pull in fans of the material, you have already failed because you have not got the average person.
But no, this is why that's not the only. I didn't say
money comes from.
I didn't say it was the only. I said, but if you're a hardcore comic fan, you're going to probably watch the TV show too.
Yeah, right, but they're not a huge percentage though. They're a small percentage.
How much percentage do you think? Not up here of the hardcore fan base. Of the hardcore fan base, they're over half. I would say they're over half. I would say it's over half.
If the hardcore fans don't like something, that is not an indication of anything bad because if you have
No, you're changing the subject. I said of the hardcore fans. So say this is the hardcore fans, and then the hardcore, like the comic fans that watch the show, it's going to be over half of the hardcore fans. So say this is it. The comics, it's going to be over. It's going to be majority.
If you do that, you're simplifying it and removing everyone else that watches.
Oh no! I'm not. I'm using it. You want to get into the logistics? I was just using it as an example.
But the people that watch the show are not only made up of fans, so that's a fail. That would be considered a fail.
I didn't say that, Terrance. Stop. Look, you're listening to what I'm not even saying. I used it as hardcore fan base. A lot of them's comics. It's gonna be right here. So the hardcore fans are right here. The viewers. The overall viewership, like Walking Dead became like a sensation, right? Like it was being tweeted about. But listen, it was being tweeted about. It became a fan. But right here, and not a hardcore fan. I wouldn't say it just because it became a sensation, the hardcore fans are up here. No, you still got this baseline hardcore fans right here. That are comic books. They love the comic books. They love the show. But let me finish. Right here. No, let me keep talking. Because I gotta go in 2 minutes. So there's the baseline. Right here. It became a sensation. Boom, boom, boom. So it's riding pretty. Hardcore still right here. Last couple seasons sucked. Now they're coming. Now it's coming down. Oh, it's sucking more. It's taking longer. It's taking longer than one season like Gotham. It's taking longer, but it's sucking. Rick leaves. It's right here. Rick leaves. Uh-oh. Now the hardcore fans are going to see what it's like when Rick's not there. They're gonna see what? No, Rick's not there.
Look.
Canceled!
That's
No.
only, all I'm saying is that's a small portion.
We'll
I'm
see.
focused on
We'll
everyone.
see when my prediction becomes true. All right, Terrance, for real though. I'm already 4 minutes over because I got to go do my cooking show. You know about my cooking show.
But you get what I'm saying, though,
I
right?
get it. Look, I get it, and you get what I'm saying, right? We right here. We right here.
We're right here.
We're
but
right
I'm
here.
telling you, there are more.
But I'm
than
still
just
right. No, I get what you're saying, but I don't think you're right. But I understand what you're saying. I still don't think you're right because I'm right.
For the countless millions of humans that watch
But we gotta go. Terrance, tell them bye.
Like you
Bye.